y'all, it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl, and today I'm doing the March Patreon tutorial. And it's all about Autism Acceptance Month. Now, the month date might be confusing, but I released the SVGs and the tutorial the month before the kit comes out, so you can decide if you want it. Also, all of the SVGs for this kit are free. This is a cause that is close to my heart, so I definitely want to get the word out. And the kit typically deals with the holidays and events the month after. Hence, the March Patreon kit has to deal with Autism Acceptance Month. Now, on to the important information. And if you do see me looking down, I have a script. I've talked about this before. I have epilepsy, so I stumble over my words. If you see any funny jump cuts, it's because I have stumbled over my words. The dogs make noise, something like that. So please forgive me. Now, on to the important information. Caden, my son with autism, has informed me that the autism community has changed how they want to be seen. So I'm making sure to do that. Part of that is the stigma around awareness and the thought of wanting to change the people with autism. And that is definitely not me. If you have heard me talk about Caden in the past, I have always said that I would never change him for the world. I would change the world for him. When Caden brought this up to me, we worked together to make sure he was happy with every aspect of this video, including the vinyl, the SVGs, the shirt, and the words that I am saying. I asked him if he wanted to be on camera, but he's not super comfortable with that. So this is coming directly from the autistic community, including Caden, who I love more than life itself. I can only speak as a parent of an autistic person and can only try to empathize with his situation. It isn't my place to speak for people in different situations that I have never been in or that I will never be in, even though I have tried to in the past. It is my job to stop and listen to their voice and make changes when they want me to, because that's how we make a difference. So hopefully you will join me in celebrating Autism Acceptance Month. So, included in this month's kit is Caden's favorite vinyl, which is Deco Film Soft Metallic by Specialty Material. We are including the Rainbow Galaxy stripe, which looks like this, because autism is the spectrum. So we are covering every color in the spectrum. We also have rainbow camo because we are fighting the stigma. We also have the gold hollow shine because we are letting their light shine. We have black because, black. He loves the color black. We have white because, white. There wasn't a reason for black and white. It just kind of went with everything. And then the shirt we chose is red because it's red instead. And this is the Tooltex Red Heather because it's a nice soft shirt. Again, Caden loves anything that has a soft feeling. He has his thing is he has some sensory issues, so he likes things that have a very nice soft feeling. Anyways, I will also try to remember to include some links in the description box over the autism community and where it's going and why this has become an issue. Also, if you know anyone who's on the spectrum who makes or sells anything, let me know. I will try to link them on my social media. I wouldn't include, if you comment down below, I wouldn't include links in the comments. You can list their stores down below because sometimes if you try to link something, YouTube will link it as like spam and then not actually let you put that in the comments. So you can list their stores and tell people where to find it, like if it's on Etsy. But if you do have like if you tell me where to find it, I will make a social media post on Patreon or on Facebook, that type of thing, because I do think that it is very important for, if there's an autistic artist or anything like that, to get those names out there. Also, in the description box, there is a link to Patreon. Again, all of these files are free, where you can get these, download them, make the shirts, get the word out there, because as I said, this is very important to the autistic community. So on to the tutorial. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to my Patreon page, which is linked down in the description box, which is just www.patreon.com/BetsyGocher. And we're going to go to the post called Autism Acceptance March 2022 Patreon SVGs. And you can also take and do a search by the titles of the SVGs, which everything is titled by the date of the videos as well. So it'll just be like 21622. So the date of the video, which also is helpful. That's something I've started to do to make it a little bit easier to find SVGs. So as you can see, there are several different SVGs. So you can just select whichever one that you want to do. There's several different, and you click on it and it automatically downloads. So then we're going to go ahead and go over here to Cricut. That's the one I'm using. You can use SVGs with Brother Scan and Cut and with Silhouette, but I think you do have to have the upgraded version of Silhouette Studio. But if you have Inkscape, which is a free program, you can take and convert a SVG to, I think it's a DXP file, which you can go ahead and import into Silhouette. But I use CorelDRAW as my art program, which isn't super expensive. You can even use it on a Mac, and you can take and export to whatever file you can. I always recommend having an art program, and then you can use it with whatever, but that's kind of up to you. I just think it's a good thing to have. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to upload images. Now those files typically do end up in your downloads folder. So as you can see, that file did end up here. But I am going to go to my desktop because I have all those files saved in my autism acceptance folder, so I can kind of show you what they all look like. Now, if you do look at them, they are going to look a little odd because some of them are saved to look like prints, and you see how they kind of look like they're cut off some. They don't look like that when you actually bring them into like Cricut Design Space. See how it is actually the full design. Like, here you go. Because I do get asked this question all the time. Now, it might take a second because some of these files are big. Again, this is just part of the issue. So as you can see, it does actually have everything there. It's just for some reason they look that way. Don't ask me why. It's not for everything. So we're going to go back and kind of show you all of them. That was Caden's favorite file. So that's the word art one. So we're going to go to, that's the Autistic Pride layered. So that's what this one looks like. So the reason why this is labeled as layered is all of the colors for this have a backing. So it's like solid all the way through. Then we have the same thing. This is slice, so it's not layered all the way through, because like the deco film, soft metallic, you don't want to layer over each other. Then we have the Be the Change. Then we have Celebrate the Spectrum, because again, you would want to use like one of those beautiful rainbow prints in the center. Different, not less. Kindness. Autism isn't contagious, but kindness is. autism acceptance, neurodiversity. And I think part of where a lot of this came from is because, you know, whenever you look at things, it has become trying to find a cure, and people are scared of autistic people, and they really shouldn't be, and it's become such a thing, and I don't want it to be. My son isn't scary, and he's amazing just the way he is, and I want that to be shown, and people need to see that. Okay, so as you can see, this is what it looks like. Now, one thing I do want to go ahead and do with like our infinity symbol is I didn't slice this part. So I'm going to take this infinity symbol. I'm going to take that red part and the black part, and we're going to slice that. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and remove that center part. We're going to delete that because we don't need it, because as I said, the Deco Film Soft Metallic doesn't layer well. Now, for this part, it kind of depends on how comfortable you are with piecing vinyls together. Because as you can see, there is a lot of things to piece together. Now, again, it depends on your comfort level with piecing things together. So for me, what I want to do is, especially for these two colors, I want to weld together. I would rather have a little bit of waste and have something to kind of line up to give myself a little bit of room. I think that that is definitely something I feel comfortable with, is what I want to do. So does that make sense? So I took these two pieces is what I'm going to do, because that gives me the edges, if that makes sense. So we're going to do that. So these are my white pieces. So we're going to change that to white. Okay. This red piece in here is going to be the rainbow. The black is going to stay black. This blue is going to be the camo. This green is going to be the gold hollow shine. So you kind of see where we're going as far as print goes. Okay. Now, I think we're kind of good and set up on how we want things to look. Now, I think maybe one other thing I might do to kind of give myself something else is I am going to go ahead. Yes, I think that's one thing I'm going to do. Is I am going to take a shape. I'm going to show you a trick to kind of give myself just a little bit more of something to line up off of. This is something I like to do just in case, is I'm going to take this square and I'm going to place it here, and I'm also going to copy it, and I'm going to place, copy, paste, and I'm going to place it here. Okay, and I'm going to take and select that. and mirror. That one probably really doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm going to click continue. Now, because this is the Deco Film Soft Metallic, we're going to choose just everyday iron-on. Can go on default. We're going to choose remember settings. Now, I'm going to bring you over to the mat, or to the machine, and show you how quick and easy this is to cut. Okay, let's get started putting the vinyl on this shirt. Now, the first thing I'm showing you is the burn on my wrist, because I absolutely loved this new heat press with the pull out bottom platen, because I burned myself all the time. It is amazing. Now, we're going to start off, we're applying the specialty materials, Deco Film Soft Metallic. Now, this is a very soft heat transfer vinyl. Now you apply it at 302 to 320 degrees for 7 to 8 seconds on a firm pressure. Now it is a cold peel. It is absolutely amazing. It melts into the shirt. It is one of my favorites, and as you can tell, it is Cadence. Now the wash instructions for this is you wash it inside out, cold water, gentle cycle, tumble dry on low. Now this is a pretty easy, straightforward material to work with. I had a little piece that was stuck on there, just using a pick to pick it off. You know, pretty easy to work with. As you saw in the beginning, the clear piece that I was working with, that is a t-shirt guide from Sherry of All Trades. I have it linked in the description box. That is not an affiliate link. I also have Heat Press Nation linked in the description box, which is where the heat press is from. That is an affiliate link, and what you are seeing me put underneath that is part of the T-Padlet, which is also the big piece that's on it. That is a new thing that I just got, and it is amazing. It's kind of like a giant mouse pad. I am still doing the review process on it, but it's supposed to keep your shirts from getting the press box, and so far, so good. And now when you are working with the Deco Film Soft Metallic, you do, as I said, want to peel it cold, but when you're working with several colors the way that I am, you do need to use a Teflon sheet, but before you remove the Teflon sheet, You are going to want to use like either your cold stone, that acrylic piece that you see me rubbing across it, which I have it linked in my Amazon store down below. Again, that is an affiliate link. If you use it, you do not have to. Um, or you're going to want to wait till it's cool before you even remove that Teflon sheet, because this is such a thin material. If you do not, it will give it almost like a distressed look, which can be kind of cool, but it's just to kind of give you a heads up. Now, I do have this portion of the video on like a 3 times speed just to kind of make it a little bit faster. But aren't these vinyls absolutely gorgeous? I think Caden did an absolutely phenomenal job picking them out. And, you know, as I said, these are his thoughts, his views. You know, he's the one who has to deal with this every day. And, you know, I want to make sure I go by what he's feeling. Now, I love everything about this. You know, he did a great job on picking out the fonts and everything about this. And, you know, oh, and if you notice how that had an odd cut to this, my camera battery died in the middle of putting this on. I swear to goodness, if it's not one thing, it is another. But isn't this absolutely stunning? And you can kind of see on how, like, this is so soft. Like, I don't know if you could tell, like, during the weeding process, this material is just absolutely amazingly soft. And like, it is just one of the best materials to work with. I mean, not always to work with, because it does, I mean, it has some give, it has some stretch. Sometimes it can be, like, as you can tell from me doing this lining up portion, you know, it moves around a lot on you. But as far as the wearability of it, it is just so comfortable to wear, because it is, I mean, when it says soft, it is so soft. I think this is probably one of the thinnest HTVs there is. And as you can see, like, in how it shines, it has so much reflectability to it, I think is how you say it. You know, my brain, not always functionality or functionability. Again, brain, mouth, not always the best. But I mean, it just absolutely works. Now, again, the white isn't always true bright white because it is so thin, but every other color is very true to color. But it is just gorgeous. Absolutely amazing. Now, sometimes, like, if you'll notice, whenever I come to show you like the final finished project, I don't show you the full thing on camera. I'm still getting used to the pull out portion and trying to make sure I show the whole thing. But look how gorgeous this is. And like, whenever I say camo, it doesn't like look like full on army fatigue camo. It just has color to it. You see what I mean? Like, it just looks so gorgeous. And I do plan on doing a full review of the tea padet, because there are several different sizes. But hopefully you like this video. Hopefully this, you'll celebrate autism acceptance with us, and, you know, you'll look into some of the information. But I guess that's it. We'll see y'all later. Bye.